Welcome to College Hoops Prime Time. I'm J-Rod. Kansas and Kansas State meeting for the second time this year. K-State won back in 2015. They stormed the court here. What an event we're going to have tonight here. Welcome to JJ Sports, a presentation of college basketball presented by SStarN. So guys, make sure you guys subscribe for more coverage as we welcome all you all to this presentation. The Big 12 on JJ Sports here. This is going to be a good one tonight. The last three games have been decided by 6 total points. The last one earlier this year, a 1-point win for Kansas. This is going to be a really good matchup we got for you tonight. Barry Brown Jr. for K-State is going to be a spotlight player for this one. We welcome all of you to this presentation of SN Sports on JW. I've been under the weather all day long, but, you know, made it out to this one. We're about 20 seconds away from tip-off here in Manhattan, Kansas. And we are just about to get underway here for Big Monday, presented by Joseph A. Bank here on ESPN Cats Basketball Primetime. You see, we're testing out a new graphics package today, or more ramped up one. The Wildcats win the tip. Inside, pass is going to go loose. Kansas able to force the turnover early in this one. Inside, bucket for Kansas. It's 2-0. Jayhawks up in this one. The other way. Gonna work down low. Inside, and we got a tie game. LaGerald Vick for Kansas. 10 points in the game against Texas A&M. Of course, that's part of the Big 12 SEC Challenge that finished on Saturday. Three-pointer. No good. Off the backboard. Wildcats turn it over as it goes out of bounds. Here in this one. Bruce Weber, the head coach of the Wildcats in his 6th season. He's 2-12 against Kansas. Long jumper, no good. And K-State able to get the rebound as they advance up court. Three-pointer. Got it! 5-2 in this one. Wildcats up. Oops, that's my bad. Jayhawks up. My bad. Sorry about that. In the corner, three-pointer. Got it. 8-2. K-State's offense is dominated as of late. No good again for the Wildcats of K-State. The other way, Kansas. And a foul is called. At the line. No good on the first free throw. Shoot one more. No good. And we're going to need a lane violation against K-State, so another free throw going to come for the Jayhawks. No good. On 3 attempts, he misses all 3. Unacceptable if you're a Kansas fan there. K-State. To the bucket. No good. Three-pointer in the corner. Got it. 11-2. And a timeout by K-State. Take one with them. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Now, how can the Jayhawks close out K-State as they had an issue with the Sooners last week? Or, yes, last week. 6 days ago, they could not close out Oklahoma. Can they do it tonight against their in-state rivals? We'll be back in another 30 seconds. The road to the Final Four on JJ Sports is brought to you by S-Star-N. And we welcome you alongside, and I'm J-Rod right here. (11-2) lead for Kansas, ranked number 7 in the country this week. No field goals for K-State in the last 3:20. And a three-pointer launched and no good. Under 16 minutes to go in this one. Kansas. We're going to get another foul against K-State. First free throw goes for K-State. Kansas, rather. I'm just tired at this point, but the other one, no good. And the second free throw. 10-point lead early in this one for number 7, Kansas. Three-pointer. No good. It's going to go off the Wildcats. Another turnover. Inside. And it's going to go back to K-State as another turnover. Moments ago. The new AP Top 25, if you haven't seen it, you got to see it. K-State left out of the top 25 by 6 spots. And they're playing like a team that should not even be in consideration. How poorly they've executed offensively early in this one. 1 field goal made in this game, and that's all they've done offensively. No fouls on Kansas. Now, right on cue, they go right to the bucket. And they finally score. And it's a 12-4 game in this one. Here in Manhattan, Kansas. On the campus of Kansas State. Outside. Room. Cross court, three-pointer. Got it. An 11-point lead on the three-pointer for Kansas. And a foul going to be called against Kansas. Inside. No good. And Kansas sets up their offense. Kansas is 5 for 5 from the floor. Haven't missed yet. Kansas State has shot 9 times, but only made it twice. Three-pointer. No good. First miss of the night. But off the hands of the Wildcats, and it'll stay here with Kansas with 13:49 to go in the first half. Turnover. And they're not going to call a foul against Kansas. It was a breakaway, and Kansas clearly. Let's watch this again. He's going to take the ball. Oh, that's contact. That's contact. I don't know. Turned over again for Kansas. The only reason Kansas State is in this game is because of the turnovers. Long two. No good, and a foul is going to be called. It's going to be against Kansas. Well, I've been told that it was a clean block, but I think that he got contact after that on that earlier play. And a no good on a long three for K-State again. Terrible shooting. And another Kansas turnover. I don't know, but Bill Self can't be happy. This should not be an 11-point game. This should be a 15 or 20-point game. But the turnovers are killing them. Bruce Weber took Illinois to the national championship game back in 2005. Six turnovers for Kansas in the first 7 minutes of this one. That's pretty bad, considering that they're number 7 in the nation. To the bucket. And the foul. (15-6) with a chance to make it 7. Nice bucket. There, you can't. I think they're going to be a lot more successful if they go to the bucket. The free throw goes for K-State. An 8-point game here. 15-7 in this one. The bucket, and I believe that's another turnover for Kansas. Today's Cellcast presented by S-Star N. You're on JJ Sports. Another turnover for Kansas. Yes. Another and one play for K-State. Chance to get within 5. And Kansas is now Kansas in a big scoring drought. 15-9 the score. Chance to make it 10. (15-10) and Kansas State has scored the last 6 points. In part of Kansas's turnovers. Which I don't know how mad Bill Self is on his team for that. We'll see it at the next time out. Certainly. 3-pointer in the corner. Got it. 8-point lead. Kansas has 5 3-pointers in this one. 5 3-pointers on 18 points. So another foul on Kansas. We'll take a break in this one. It's 18-10 lead for Kansas. We back in after this. Back here. You're watching JJ Sports College Hoops. We'll take a break. Welcome back to JJ Sports. 5-2 lead. Or 18-10. 5 fouls on Kansas in this one. So 5 team fouls on Kansas. $18, 10, 11, 19 to go. Which we've been told that it's 6 fouls now in Kansas. Which is what I thought, but, you know, you never can trust people these days. It's 18-10 lead in this one. Outside, three-pointer. No good. And Kansas in transition now. They're just going to slow it down. Got to run an offense. Not going to hit a three there. Inside. I believe they're going to count the bucket. Three fouls on K-State, 6 on Kansas. Chance for three-point play. No good. We're going to need a foul on Kansas. And I believe that's going to be free throws on the other end. I can't believe it. They're going to call a foul on K-State. This is just absurd. These calls that we've seen in this one. And another bucket for Kansas, 22-10. K-State working. They're going to move it to the outside. Inside now. Kansas State, no good. Saved. 10 minutes to go here in the first half. And finally, K-State scores. (22-12). And another three for Kansas on the other end. 6 for 7 from beyond the arc for Kansas. 0 for 5 for Kansas State. And that's the difference in this one. Three-pointer. Got it! First three of the game for K-State. And it's a 10-point game. Another foul on K-State. That's 5 team fouls. (25-15). 2 fouls on Maywine. No good on the dunk attempts. And a foul is called on Kansas, and that's 17 fouls. 2 shots, though, for K-State. As it's on the shot. 25-15. Snead, 87% on the year. No good on the first. Second one goes 16-25 in this one. And we're going to get a goaltend on K-State. So count the bucket for Kansas. 27-16. Tomorrow night on ESPN, don't forget, Clemson takes on North Carolina tomorrow night. Only on ESPN. Vanderbilt and Kentucky will follow. Outside three-pointer. No good. That's going to be a jump ball. Kansas State will retain possession on the possession arrow. And another bucket for the Jayhawks, 29-16 in this one. (29-16) in this one. Inside, no good. Kansas going the other way. Right to the bucket. Too easy. 31-16. Kansas is dominating in this one. Time out. (31-16) our score. Back in just a moment. After this word from SRM. Subscribe for more. Welcome back. You're out right here. 31-16. And a foul going to be called, and that's going to be against Kansas. First free throw goes 17-31. Get one more. 31-18. 8-5 in fouls. Outside. And another turnover for Kansas. Nine turnovers for Kansas. And we've got an 11-point game as another bucket. For K-State, it's Dean Wade. He's had 8 points on the night. Tomorrow, Super Tuesday, North Carolina, Clemson. Then Vanderbilt, Kentucky. Tomorrow night, only ESPN. Offensive foul on Kansas. I'll put K-State in the double bonus for the rest of the half. No free throws here, though. Three-pointer. Got it! 31-23. In this one, K-State seems to have warmed up those hands. And as of late, we'll take a timeout, Kansas. Be back after this. (31-23). Welcome back to this presentation of SN Sports on JJ. Seven 0 run for K-State and a foul. (23-31). Outside. And another turnover for Kansas. Azubuike in foul trouble. And now 11 turnovers for Kansas. Just one for Kansas State. 16 points off turnovers. 16 out of the 23 have come off turnovers. And the foul. (31-25) with a chance for one more at the line. Missed the free throw. This was a 31-16 game. 9-0 K-State run. to the bucket. No good. And a rebound for the Wildcats. Other way. Three-pointer. No good. When you thought the house is going to collapse after that one, it just doesn't go. 6-point game. And a foul called against Kansas State. No good on the first one. Get one more, though, for Kansas. Yeah, the second. Finally, Kansas scores, but only 1 point. Now can K-State answer the call? 5 minutes to go, first half. Offensive rebound. Another offensive rebound on a second miss. Corner. Now the bucket. And a blocking foul going to be called in 2 shots for K-State. That's a big call. Huge difference between a blocking foul there and a charge. And I think he got a charge, but well, they're going to say he got the foot on the restricted area. So that is the right call. Two shots. Got the first. .226. Second shot. Got it. 27-32. 11-1 run for K-State. It was 31-16. Now it's 32-27. Dream come true for K-State. But still isn't tied. K-State force another turnover. Transition. This one's going to be an offensive foul. Here with 4:25 to go. And now 2 fouls on Barry Brown. And a lob down low. And now a turnover for K-State. But we'll be back in this one, 34-27. 7-point lead for the Jayhawks. Welcome back to this presentation of SN Sports on JJ Sports. I don't know what the stoppage is about, but Kansas has made 13 of 17 from the floor, 13 assists, an assist on all the shots. Turnovers for Kansas, and that's why Kansas State is in the game. Nine to shoot. And a foul is called on K-State. That's 19 fouls. First free throw good. We'll get one more. No good on the second. And an 8-point game in this one. Cross court. Three-pointer in the corner. No good. But Kansas State is taking some really bad shots. Three-pointer. No good again. This is unacceptable for Kansas State. Horrible shot selection in this one. You cannot be taking this kind of shots and not be making them. They have missed so many three-pointers in this game. And you know what I'm gonna say. Another turnover for Kansas. Unbelievable how many turnovers they can have in a game. Both teams in the double bonus. The rest of the first half. 2:18 to go in the first half. Long two. No good. 37-27. And a blocking foul called against Kansas State. Two shots. It's just Kansas State cannot score when they have to. And it's going to cost them late in this one. No good on the first. Now going to shoot one more. And it's good. 38-27. A little bit of run. Now going for Kansas. But Kansas poor shooting at the free throw line. It's 4 for 11. And it's going to be out of bounds on Kansas. Stick with Kansas State. 16 to shoot. Field goal percentage in this game. 78% for Kansas. 28% for Kansas State. And you're looking at this game, and it's an 11-point game. Astonishing, the turnovers, the difference that is favoring Kansas State. Another missed three-pointer for Kansas State. This is just insane how many threes that they missed. And they're still somehow letting these players play three-pointer for Kansas. No good. Air ball on that one. Oh. And another missed shot for K-State. I don't know, but how do you get a worse offense than you have? They have a chance to go 2 for 1, and 2 shots coming up for Kansas. .1 to go. 2 shots for Kansas. One more for Kansas. Ram makes another one. 40-27. Corner 3. No good. So they're going to take the clock all the way down. Shot clock at 8. Game clock is now at 8. Three-pointer. No good. Going to have to chuck it down the court. No good. 40-27 at the break. 8-0 run for Kansas. Forty to 27 at the break. And no, the three-pointers have just absolutely killed Kansas State in this game. We will be back in about 15 minutes with the second half call. J-Rod saying, have a great 15 minutes of no action here in Manhattan. Have a great night. We'll be back in 15. Welcome back to SN's exclusive presentation of JJ Sports College Basketball. Here, Continental Tire game flow. Kansas shooting 70% from the floor, 13 assists on 14 made baskets in the first half. And it's Kansas State. Just, you can't. They've only shot 20 field goals for Kansas, but it's really Kansas State has to play better offensively. So Kansas starts here in the second half with the ball. Kansas State with the basketball. Ball tipped up in the air. K-State somehow pulls it in to the bucket. No good. What an unlucky bounce. It's like every bounce is way. You know, Kansas State, if they win the game, they tie Kansas for the Big 12 standings. But they're down by 13 right now. And the empty possession again on the other end. Killer. And Kansas misses a shot here. Grizzlies have beaten the Suns, guys. Grizzlies have beaten the Suns. No field goals in the last almost 7 minutes. Three-pointer. No good. And now it is 7 minutes that Kansas State has not scored a bucket in. K-State going to go the other way. And just too easy. You have to score on that. 40-27. 40-29, rather. (29-40). The foul is going to be called. Azubuike called for the foul. And nevertheless, it's a foul on Kansas. So Kansas State will take over on offense. Going to come to the bench with 3 fouls. Today's telecast on SR and presented by SN. You're on JJ Sports. This presentation of college hoops. Outside, gonna traveling violation is called against K-State. So you got another empty possession for K-State. That's the 3rd turnover of the game for K-State, but scoreboard doesn't make you think that Kansas has 10 more turnovers. It's just they've executed offensively in another 3-pointer. This time it will not go. Kansas yet to score in the second half. 2.5 minutes in. 17:30 to go. Away. And it'll stay here with K-State. JJ Sports College Hoops here on JJ Sports, presented by SN. K-State rejected. They get it back, and they're going to get a shooting foul. Cats to the line. 3rd foul on Vic. First free throw goes. A free throw? No good. 10-point game. Crowd is starting to be heard. Here. 3 points for K-State, none for Kansas here in the second half. It's loose. Ball's still loose. Go out of bounds, and I believe they're going to give it to K-State. But the clock was down to 4 to shoot anyway. $40 to $30 in this one. Only 2 fouls on Kansas. A three-pointer raining threes. K-State hits another. 40 to 33 in this one. Timeout, Kansas. Boys, we've got some basketball. 7-point game here in Manhattan. We'll be back after the break. Today's Hellcast on Agility Sports, presented by SN. There's a presenting sponsor today's Hellcast. 40-33. Jumper no good for Kansas, but they get the offensive rebound. That's what matters. Three-pointer, no good. Another offensive rebound. 16 minutes to go in this one. Here in Manhattan, Kansas. Kansas came out of timeout. They got 2 offensive rebounds already on this possession. Going to the bucket. Now kick out 3. No good. And finally, Kansas State able to get off of the defensive end. They're going to go to the bucket. And now transition for Kansas. Off the rebound, three-pointer. No good. That was Graham who missed the 3 just moments ago. 40-33. Kansas State gets it back. And Kansas State scores. The pressure on, but finding the pass. Sneed with the bucket there. Outside for Kansas. 15 to shoot as they're going to take a 3. This one's not going to go either. And a 5-point game, and K-State with the ball. The crowd will be into it if they can score here, but an 8-0 run right now for Kansas State in the second half. And we're going to foul on Kansas. We're going to take a timeout. 40-35 in this one. We've got a good one. Good finish coming your way here in Manhattan. Today's Succast presented by SM. 40-35 as K-State turns it over. Kansas 0 for 9 shooting in the second half. Kansas State alone 3 for 9 here in the second half. Kansas has... They're going to call a blocking foul against K-State. Two shots. One more free throw. Got it. 7-point lead for Kansas. Bramlage Coliseum here in Manhattan, Kansas. Here for coverage on JJ Sports. Cross court pass, and it's a turnover. So Kansas has not scored a field goal in 10 minutes. Can't score there. K-State the other way. It was not quite 10 minutes, but I think it's 10 minutes now. Three-pointer, K-State, no good. And now Kansas, three-pointer, no good. They're going to call another foul against K-State. It'll be a Wednesday. Knicks, Celtics, Mavs, Suns. That's only ESPN. Wednesday night, right here, ESPN. Three-pointer. Got it. Finally, the first field goal in over 10 minutes. Kansas, and it's a 10-point lead. But costly play by Kansas State. They have to score each possession down the stretch. They want to win this game. Because you are not going to win how Kansas has been shooting in this game. And another empty possession. But no, it's going to be loose. And the Kansas Jayhawks will take over on offense. Today's telecast presented by SM, official partner of today's telecast. So I guess they're going to call possession error to Kansas State for some reason. Because they are apparently blind. K-State scores. And Graham scores. 47-37. And this one. You think this game would have been different if K-State had been ranked number 25 instead of unranked? As they give the ball back to Kansas off another turnover. Empty possessions are key. You cannot afford to continue to have empty possessions in this one. College Hoops will return after the break. You're watching Big Monday, presented by Joseph A. Bank. 47-37 in this one. Back here on Taylor Sports, rather. Kansas with the ball, up by 10. Sorry about my voice. I'm very, very, very tired tonight. No good on a three. It just the bounces in this game off the rims have been crazy. How many great shots we've seen that have not gone in. So K-State down by 10, but neither team, only one make each from beyond the arc in the second half. But K-State doesn't need a three-pointer. They take a 2, and they make it an 8-point game. That's how the only way you're going to get back in the game is you have to score each possession. Doesn't have to be a 3, but it has to be points. And we're going to get a foul. Azubuike's going to go to the line. Probably not the best player to go to the line for Kansas. 3 fouls apiece now. Team fouls. Two shots for Azubuike. Got it. What a shot. Big man. Didn't shoot. It was 0 for, he had a stretch. Or it's 0 for 3 from the line. Second one goes as well. And a 10-point game as Azubuike makes his second free throw of the night. 2 free throws there. And those were some clutch free throws. And late in the game, we may have to remember those free throws. May be key in this one. 3-pointer for K-State. No good. But the long rebound is going to go right to K-State. Against a lot of defense there. Wade takes that bad shot. It was an inside shot, so not horribly bad. But again, K-State possession there. Kansas will take it away. But K-State right the other way. Going to the bucket. And got it. 41-49. This one. Dean Wade, 18 of 41 for K-State. It's going to go off of Kansas, and we'll stay here with K-State as it's a big play on the boundary. That's a big hustle play, and we're going to have to remember that one. Hustle plays are what makes a difference in basketball. 49-41 in this one. And the refs are conferring. We're going to have a stoppage of play. Okay, State will have an opportunity after that quick stoppage. K-State will have a chance to set up a play. Now 26 to shoot when they started the possession. Now down to 22 to shoot. Steal for Graham. Kansas is playing well in this game. What is it well enough to dominate? And right on cue the end one for Kansas. 14th foul on K-State. (51-41). Kansas leads in this one. One shot when we come back. Back in just a moment. Welcome back, all of you, to Big Monday, presented by Joseph A. Bank. Free throw is knocked down. 52-51 in this, or 52-41 rather. I wish it was closer, but got a good one no matter what here. These players have come out to play today. Three-pointer, K-State. Got it! Right on cue! 44-52 in this one. K-State has done their work. Offensive foul on Kansas. Newman called for second foul. Three-pointer. Got it! And then when... Well, that's a 2. But you know, the rim has really bad luck in this one. But K-State 9. Under 5 to go. In Manhattan. They're going to go to the bucket, and a foul called. First free throw goes. 10-point lead. Second one goes. 59-48. (59-48) here in Manhattan, Kansas. Right to the bucket. 9-point game. (59-50). Kansas leads Kansas State. 4:10 to go. Outside. Pushing towards the bucket, and good bucket. And now the early possessions that Kansas State wasted was really hurting them now. They're by 11, and you think about the 11 possessions at the end of the first half. Kansas State wasted. Now they're coming into play. Another charge called against Kansas State. Complete. An injured Kansas player. A whole arena has stopped for this injury. Lightfoot is the injured Jayhawk. He is okay out there. We'll be back in just a moment. An injury here in Manhattan. To go commercial break. Well, flu season's here, so we advise you all. We're deep into it. Long, hard flu season. We advise all of you watching here. Get a flu shot, in my opinion. You can still get it, but not really going to help you in the long run, but as much as it would have months ago. So I'd advise you drink a lot of water all in all possible times. And also, you should stay active, stay fit, and get a lot of rest around this time of year. We're back. The College Hoops on Radio Sports. 61-50, our score. Here. Kansas in the bonus the rest of the way. It'll stay here with Kansas. 3:21 to go, but only 8 on the shot clock. In desperation mode, down by 4 possessions rather. And make that 5. Kansas drills another 3-pointer. 64-50. As K-State working along with it. In the corner for 3. Magoda. Kansas with the ball under 3 minutes to go. No good. On a 3 for Kansas. 2 minutes, 15 to go. Foul called against Kansas. $64-50 here in this one. 3-pointer in the corner. And count it. $11-point game. So now, if you're K-State, to win this game, you have to play absolutely perfect. Hit a 3 on all your offensive possessions. And defensively, you got to play perfect. And a foul against Kansas State. And that's 2 free throws on the shot coming up. $64-53. First free throw. Got it. Well, this game is pretty much set in stone as we have a 5-possession game with under 2 minutes to go. And with that shot not going, Kansas can just run some clock. They're going to work it down to a minute to go. Going to get a whistle. And the streamer is on the court. So Our player of the game presented by Phillips 66. McCulley gets our player of the game for Kansas in this one. It's not something you see every day as a streamer on the court. Another intentional foul on Kansas State. That'll bring them to a 1-1 at the line. $67-53, and they'll get one more. Malik Newman, 5 for 6. Make that 6 for 7 as they hit 68 on the score sheet in this one. So coming up, as Kansas State just hit a 3, and we're going to get a timeout here by K-State. 56-68 in this one. Upcoming schedule for Kansas. They've got Oklahoma State Saturday, TCU on February 6th, Baylor on the 10th, Iowa State on the 13th. So if they can sweep those 4 games, then they will get a much tougher road from there. They've still got West Virginia, Oklahoma, and Texas Tech. And that's a 3-game stretch where they have those 3 teams. Both West Virginia, Oklahoma at home, and Texas Tech on the road. We get a foul on K-State. On team fouls. Kansas is going to have a 1-game lead on 3 teams. The 3 teams I listed that they have a 3-game stretch on later this year. 70-56 here this one. K-State or Kansas in the double bonus the rest of the way. So Kansas gets the rebound, and that'll do it for us. 70-56, our final score here from this one. Thank all of you for watching this presentation of SN Sports on JJ. So move to 18-4 on the year. Kansas State falls 16-6. Have a great night, all you fans out there at Kansas and Kansas State. And this has been a presentation of SN Sports on JJ Sports. So this execution has been had for Kansas. This has been a presentation of JJ Sports. Have a great night.
See y'all next time